Hello everyone, I'm back with another review. This time it's on Wonder Woman, which was released last year in 2017 in June 2nd, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, so around the time before its release and after this release, this movie was really praised actually. Like I remember like when this guy like put a video like early reviews for Wonder Woman are pretty good. So I was happy, like, for the first time, people were actually agreeing that Wonder Woman was good. So that was good. And, yeah, like, this movie was kind of like this was the point where I was like, yes, we're finally going to get movies on these characters that we haven't seen have live action movies. We're finally going to get, like, Aquaman, Flash, and now Wonder Woman. So yay, that's great. Yes, finally. I've always wanted to see these characters, even though I never knew any of these characters. I wanted to see their stories. Get interested in them. Know what they are, know what their flaws are. I want to know. So that's why I was excited for this Wonder Woman movie, and yeah, so that's good. So let's talk about the story first. So the movie begins with Diana slash Wonder Woman receiving a photograph of her with a group of other people, which was taken at 1918, and it's the same photo in Batman v Superman, and it was given to her by Wayne Enterprises, and this leads to her having a flashback, and the flashback begins when she was a little girl, and when she was a little girl, she wanted to train to become a hero and to save the world. Although her mother doesn't want her to train, she does tell her about the story of Ares. So in the story, they say how Zeus created humans, but Ares corrupted them and, then killed all the gods. But before Zeus died, he left oh wait, no. He defeated Ares, and he left the Amazons an island and a god killer, which is a sword in case Ares returns. So there's the story. And although Diana's mother does not want her to train, she does eventually and reluctantly agrees for her to be trained, but only as the best warrior. So then, older now and at 1918, she rescues Steve Trevor, who was followed by German soldiers, and then a battle occurs. So the Amazons interrogate Steve Trevor, and he reveals World War One and how he was a spy who stole a book from Dr. Poison to prevent more deaths because they are now making a new type of poison. So Diana believes that it must be the work of Ares. So she takes the God Killer, a lasso, and some armor, and she also, and then they go to London with Steve to deliver the notes to the general. Now they do deliver the notes to the general, but he doesn't take action. So Diana, Steve, and a group of people funded by Sir Patrick Morgan will go and take action themselves. So they reach the front, and Diana helps the troops cross no man's land and liberate a village. Now, I can't wait to praise this scene later on. So let's just continue the story right now. So later, they take a photograph at that village, which is where the flashback began in the first place, and they celebrate of their victory. So then the next day, they find out that there's a gala for the German High Command nearby. So, and Diana believes that General Ludendorff, I think, is Ares, and thinking that if she kills Ludendorff, then that means the war will end. So she infiltrates the gala and attempts to kill him, but is stopped by Steve because he thinks she will jeopardize the mission. So Ludendorff then fires gas to the village that they liberated earlier, and this devastates Diana, who blames Steve for, not letting her kill who she believes Ares at this point, and then she starts losing trust for mankind. So then she goes to find General Ludendorff and kills him with the God Killer sword. But she is confused when she sees that the war still isn't over. And then Sir Patrick Morgan is Ares, I guess. Well, yeah, the movie says he's Ares, so yeah, he's Ares. He reveals himself, and he reveals that Diana is actually the God Killer. And he tries to convince Diana to join him, you know, get rid of all the humans, I guess, and rule, like, make the world that they want it to be or something. She refuses, so then they fight. Meanwhile, the team is like dis- is destroying the laboratory, and they're gonna try to, stop. They have to stop a plane from reaching London. So then Steve's hijacks a plane that is filled with lots of poison and gas and stuff. That's trying to reach London and bomb the place. So Steve like puts the plane in a like high, very high in the air, and then he detonates it, killing him. This devastates Diana, and Ares tries to use this to try to manipulate Diana to, see the bad side of humans and stuff. But recalling her last conversation with Steve, she sees the good in humans, and she kills Ares. So there you go. And people are now off his influence or something like that. Well, he's dead now, so the villain's killed again. But anyway, the movie ends with Diana thanking Bruce Wayne for the picture, and then she decides to suit up as Wonder Woman and continues to do good for the world once again. So the characters. This movie did a good job. Now, I will admit, this movie is actually maybe a little too simple, but like the way this was directed and the way, they executed the movie was good. Like, but we're here to talk about the characters, and they did a good job with the characters actually. Like Diana slash Wonder Woman, she is great as Wonder Woman. Like, wow, like she is great as Wonder Woman. I liked her as a character, and I felt bad for her when Steve died. I was like, no, not Steve. No, that's not good. Oh yeah, speaking of Steve, I also liked Steve as well. He was hilarious, but you can also, you know, he was also a guy you could like I can understand him a bit. Like I sympathize with him. Like, do you like he when he was talking with Diana, like, do you think I not wish that there was one that it was just we could blame just one bad guy? Well, I do, but it's not like that. Like I I really relate to his character there. Like I really did relate to Steve. I did, relate to Diana about, saving the world and such. All that. I really liked that. And I also liked the team they were with. The members of the team. Like I think this is one aspect. Like people compare Wonder Woman to Captain America, and if there was one thing that Wonder Woman did better than Captain America is they they showed more of the team. You got to see who they kind of were. They humanized the team more. While Captain America, they were more like, all right, you want to be part of my team? All right, let's go. Let's go fight some bad guys. And they fight bad guys and stuff. So that's what, yeah, because like they said one member was actually, he wanted to be an actor, There was a guy who's a little crazy, but like, he singed. He was a singer. And there was also a guy, I think he was a crap, like I forgot. But there was this one guy who was just like, just trying to make money through the war because his people like, lost everything in the last war they were in. They really did humanize these characters. Like I do think they did do a good job with the characters. But yeah, so and the movie was hilarious, especially like like the chemistry between Diana and Steve was good. That was a good part of this movie. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. And like their relationship, I really bought and I really liked it. It was just good. It was just good. I liked it, and like I said, I did feel bad when Steve died. I was like, wait, are they gonna kill him? No, they killed him. I was sad. I was really sad, and whenever I watch that, I'm always sad about like when he dies. So yeah. Yeah, I'm always sad when that happens now. Like, like DC is really good at having sad moments in their universe. So there's that, and what else? Yeah, so I think that's all I can say about the characters. There's really not that much to add about the characters. Like, they were simple, but I think they were good. So there you go. Now let's talk about my issues with the film. So my biggest issue with this film was Ares, and wow, he was not good as a villain at all. So, okay, so it turns out Sir Patrick Morgan was Ares. And when I saw this in theaters, I was like, oh, he's the bad guy. Okay. Like, I didn't really care that much about the villain. That's the main issue with superhero movies nowadays. Maybe I should make like a movie of superhero stuff, like positives and negatives. But anyway, the biggest issue with superhero movies nowadays is usually the villain. And ever since Suicide Squad, DC has had not very good villains anymore. Like, thanks, Suicide Squad. Thank you for starting this trend. Okay, it's probably not its fault, but like, the villain is just not good. I really did not care about Ares at all. I was just like, oh, he's a bad guy. Well, okay. I actually did thought they weren't gonna do that whole Ares thing. Like, wait, are they actually gonna do that? Oh, Ares doesn't really exist. I was good. I would have been surprised if they actually did, but they went up with the thing. Now the third act people keep complaining about, and I can see what they mean. Like the whole how Ares being the bad guy does kind of ruin the message they're trying to sell. How you know, people do bad things and stuff, but it's usually the good we see in them, but people aren't perfect. Like, how people aren't perfect. I think that's the message this movie was trying to do, and the third act doesn't ruin it. They did say he does influence them, just kind of like whisper in the ear, but he did say that they would start their wars on their own. But that's not the part that I did not like about the third act. Like, I was like, okay, I don't hate it, so good idea. They did say he just influenced them, but he just like gave them one whisper in the ear and that's it. He let them do whatever. That's not the issue I have with the film. The third act issue I have is the freaking CGI kind of sucks at that point. Like, it's not like too terrible, but it annoys me a bit. Like it just kind of annoys me a bit. Like the Ares CGI kind of stinks, and I don't know. At parts like like when there was like fire around and stuff, I thought that it did kind of bother me a bit. Like the third act, like CGI did kind of bother me at that part. Like when Ares was revealed and they fight, it does bother me. That's the part I really didn't like. And there's that. And is that really it? Like, that's the villain. That the villain's pretty weak. And I have to say this movie is good, but not great. Like, I got a 93 at Rotten Tomatoes. I think it still has that, but like, I think that's a little too high. But I guess people really enjoyed this movie. But this movie is just good, not great. Like, if someone says this is great movie, I'm gonna be like, no, it's good. Like, it's really good. Like, I'm saying it's really good. You can watch it and you'll be like, good job, DC. You made a good movie. Especially since many people don't like Batman v Superman or Man of Steel or Suicide Squad. But this movie's not great. It's like simple. It may be a little, it's too simple that it can't be great. It's just good. But that's not a bad thing. As long as it's good and I can watch it and be like, I really like this movie. I had a good time. Then I'll be happy with that. So there's that. But the villains are just the weakest part in this movie. That's probably the biggest issue here. Ares was not a good villain. And Ludendorff and Maru, I think. I didn't really care. Like, okay, I don't. That's a little harsh. I didn't like hate it as much as Ares, but just like, he's just some villain, so fine, okay. Like I didn't hate it. They did kill him off early or something. So I didn't hate it. So I'll be fine with it. Fine. Ares is the one I just don't like. So there's that. So yeah, last thing I had to talk about is the action, and then final thoughts. So like I said, the action in this movie, well, actually no, sorry, the action is good. The action in this movie is pretty good, and yeah, I really like the action here. Like I didn't hate it. Besides the third act action, it was still pretty good. I really loved it. Like okay, I also forgot to mention the world. This is going to be part of that as well, the action in the world. So let me start with the world part first. This actually does feel like it takes place in 1918. Like they did do a good job making it feel like it's around the 1910s, around World War 1, I like that. That's pretty good. Good job movie. And yeah, they did a good job with that. But yeah, and I really liked that whole how they made the story with Zeus and Ares and all that, like the Greek gods. Good job. Whoever did that, good job. Like the director did a good job with this movie, and and everyone did a good job with this movie. So even if I don't like the villain, it's okay, Remus Lupin. I still like you as an actor, even though I only saw you in Harry Potter and this movie. But anyway, that's okay. I'm getting off topic. But anyway, um, yeah, I liked the whole Greek gods aspect. And I liked Themyscira. Themyscira. I really liked that. I liked it, and I also did like the shoot. Okay, now I remember. Uh, I also loved, or I really liked the action. It was pretty good. Like the battle between, like the training the Amazons get. That was pretty good. I also liked the Germans versus the Amazons. That was good as well. I really liked that. That was pretty cool to see in theaters, and it's pretty cool to watch again. Like, I really liked it. It was pretty cool. And I also liked, what else? Oh, now I know where I'm going. No Man's Land is probably the best scene in the movie. Okay, let me. Okay, so Diana, like I like the build up that led to this. Like Diana's looking around, she's seeing how they're abusing horses, how there's so much devastation, like families are torn apart, all that. They're sad, they're scared, they're desperate. Like I really liked that. And when Steve tells Diana that they can't save everyone in this war, that's not what they're here to do, because realistically, you sadly can't save everyone in this world. That's what Diana was there for, to save everyone. And when she walks out of that trench in her full Wonder Woman uniform or armor, I don't know, and she just becomes awesome even more. She was awesome in Batman v Superman, and she is awesome in the scene as well. I'm just like, wow, freaking best movie ever. Okay, not the best movie ever. But this is the best scene in the movie, without a doubt. This is the best scene ever. They could have easily have ruined it, like when, the No Man's Land joke, like, you guys are man, I'm a woman, I'm gonna go out there and be awesome. No, they did not do that. They still stuck to what was good. And yes, good job. Like, this movie is good. And okay, I'm just saying it's good. So then she goes out, like draws all the attention to her. That way, giving the team enough time to shoot him down, and for the army to cross no man's land. And when she fights in the village, I'm just like, wow. And then when the Wonder Woman theme plays, I'm like, you guys are screwed. You guys are so screwed right now. Wonder Woman's right here to take you down. Like, wow, that's great. I really liked that. That was great. Sorry I keep yelling, but that was great. Like that. like the no man's land to the fight in the village was great. And like I said, I didn't like the third act action. It was fine. It wasn't terrible, but it annoyed me a bit. But yeah, so yeah, the no man's land part is probably the best part in the movie. So there you go. So yeah, I think that's it. All right, let's go to final thoughts. So, like I said, this movie is good. And after going my big talk about where I kept saying awesome when I was talking about No Man's Land scene, the No Man's Land scene is the best scene in the movie, and the village fight was great and awesome. So yeah, this movie's good. Like I said, the best parts of the movie was what I just mentioned, and the characters like Diana, Steve, and the team. I liked them. The story was simple but good, so I'll give them that. I did like the score; it wasn't bad. It was pretty good. I'll give them that. I liked the action for the most part was pretty good. Most of it was pretty good. So there's that, and biggest issues. The third act action was not that great, and there's also the oh yeah, Ares. Ares was not good as well. So yeah, this movie was simple. Well, no, it's good. Like I'm gonna use the phrase "it's good, not great." I think many people have used that phrase for this movie, and I agree. It's good, not great. So, yeah. With that, I think I'm gonna give this movie an A minus. I'm very comfortable giving it an A minus because I I really enjoyed this movie when I saw it in theaters, and I still enjoyed it when I watched it twice. So it's pretty good. I'm probably gonna enjoy it again and again. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Wonder Woman. So there's that, and now we're making it to Justice League. Oh, I can't wait to talk about that. But anyway, yeah, my next review is going to be Justice League, and yeah, so there's that, and getting closer and closer to reviewing Aquaman. Can't wait to do that as well. But yeah, so there's that. So far, like let's recall B plus, A plus, A plus, B minus, and now A minus. Let's see where Justice League falls in. I already know because I already graded it in my head. But yeah, so enough rambling. What did you guys think? What did you think of the movie? What did you guys think? I'm wondering, what do you guys think of the movie? And did you like my video? Like, do you like it as watchable or not? Like, what do you guys think of my reviews? Like, I want to know because I think I'm gonna focus more on movie reviews and movies or reviewing stuff and vlogging more. Like, that's probably gonna be my main focus of the channel. I'll explain more in my like New Year's video. You'll see. But anyway, see you later, guys.